No, we didn't wake up like this. They didn't wake up like this. Models definitely don't just roll out of bed with perfect glass skin. Let's be real, effortless beauty is a complete myth. What you're seeing isn't effortless at all. It's just consistency. It's an effort, but it's an effort that you can actually live with long term to show up with skin that looks like the absolute best version of your skin. Healthy, confident, glowing. Models Diet content is all about not just looking good on the outside, but getting it from the inside out. Tall, short, skinny, fat, Gigi, Giselle, Miranda, Chanel, you gotta get back. You gotta get back on that model's diet. That model's diet. That model's diet. Hey, I'm your host, Nina Daniels, and welcome back to Models Diet Podcast, your source for the latest, most intriguing trends in self-care. Now, before I go any further, you see that I'm wearing all black. I don't know if you can see my full body. I can't really get up because the mic is in the way, but see, black. In honor of New York. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I am originally from New York, the wonderful, wonderful state of New York. And this week's episode is going to be super exciting. Before we go any further, if you are loving Models Diet Podcast, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like us, comment. We want to hear from you. Woo! So, this week is New York Fashion Week. And for those of you who don't know what that is the week when the brands, the couture, the models come out, they have shows, they walk the runway. It is a very exciting time every September. That's why, for Vogue magazine, the September issue is the issue. And if you get the cover of the September issue, it's a big deal because also, it's fall. It's when I think it's fashion's best time. I don't know if you guys agree. Go ahead and comment. Do you agree that the fall is the best time for fashion? I actually think so. When I lived in California, the one thing I missed was the fall. Wearing a nice little coat and some boots, jeans, skirt. I mean, it is the best season ever. But let's talk about Fashion Week. I mean, your feeds right now are probably flooded with runway shoes. Everyone's chasing that glow. You see people going to get their facials. They're going to the gym. They're shopping for their outfit. It's such an exciting time and such a big week in the weeks leading up to Fashion Week of self-care. And the internet is selling you some Runway-ready in 5 days, which really translates to don't eat, don't drink, but smile until you faint. Honestly, here's why people don't share. The women who show up looking absolutely incredible, they are not starving themselves into it. They're not miserable. The truth is, it's actually a lot less dramatic and honestly way more doable than you might think. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know about you, Melissa, but I am completely obsessed with Love Thy Nader. I don't know if you're watching this reality show. I am not a big reality show person, but Brooks Nader and her sisters are just a hoot. If you're watching that show, you may think, oh my goodness, everybody, and because Brooks shares a really intimate part of getting ready for the cover of Maxim magazine. She was taking weight loss drugs, I think Ozempic, that type of drug that a lot of people are on. And it wasn't that she was taking the drug, it was that she was starting to take a lot of it. But the pressure to be on the cover, now, there's 0.101% of people who will be on the cover of a magazine, first of all. So I don't think that her every day is her taking all these drugs, but she knew she had a big shoot coming up. She knew that she had to be cover of magazine ready. That's a pressure that none of us will ever understand. But I don't think that is her every day. And she is not every single model out there. I do believe, and I know because I've seen, I've worked out with Giselle Bundchen and a bunch of other models, and they really, really work hard mentally, physically, spiritually to look the way they look. But the truth is, it is a lot less dramatic than most people think. It is not everybody's not just waiting until the very last minute to do these crash diets and do whatever they need to get in shape. So today I am pulling you into the real prep routine. Now, some of you know I went to New York Fashion Week last year, and I am going to New York Fashion Week this year. So please go on and check me out at Nina Daniels and see my prep for New York Fashion Week this year. I'm so excited, and this is why I wanted to really do an episode on this. And more importantly, the podcast is called Models Diet. Now, Models Diet doesn't necessarily mean, it kind of has two meanings. Yes, it means, what models eat, because as you know, I used to be super obsessed with models, how they work out, how their diets, like their level of discipline, I just was, fell in love with. But it's also the model diet, whatever is the model diet for you, whatever is the model lifestyle for you. Now, Models Diet has expanded to a lifestyle thing and to a big self-care. We're into all these intriguing hot self-care trends, but it is like what works. How do we take what the stars, the celebrities, the models, how do we take what they're doing and bring it to the everyday person? And that's why we are here. How models actually eat, how they take care of their skin, and what makes it all sustainable. Go grab whatever you're sipping on right now. Bonus if it's something that makes you feel really luxurious and fancy. Look, I'm not judging, but come on, let's get into it. Oh, spoiler alert, it is way more achievable and a lot less miserable than the headline suggests, which I already told you guys. Can we please retire the notion that models live off of cigarettes and coffee? It's boring and it's wrong. Look, the whole drop 10 pounds in 2 weeks is kind of a fantasy that's floating around social media. But in reality, see, some people will say it doesn't work, but that's actually not true either. It does and it doesn't work. If you've done carnivore diet or keto diet, there are certain like fasting, especially intermittent fasting. I won't say the diets per se, but intermittent fasting, you definitely could drop 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Doing a juice cleanse, you can definitely drop 10 pounds in 2 weeks. But I would say I would go with the intermittent fasting over the juice cleanse, because when you do a juice cleanse, chances are you're going to gain it back. But if you continue fasting, intermittent fasting, and you might be able to actually not only lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, but even lose more. But you would have to be really consistent with your fasting schedule. And you would also have to really eat a pretty like keto or some type of cleaner diet. But that part's not impossible. But for most people, it's impossible because most people don't have the discipline to do it. People like Dr. Nancy Clark, who works with athletes and models, compares crash dieting to running a marathon in stilettos. I mean, sure, you could do it, but why would you put yourself through that? Do you know how much pain that probably is? And that's kind of what crash diets are too. And I am guilty, not as much lately, but I have been over the years guilty of crash dieting. Although I don't know if it's crash dieting because I was always really taking care of myself. So it was really my lifestyle. I would always do a juice cleanse at least 3 times a year, always watching what I eat, worked out a lot. So I don't know if that's a crash diet. I didn't really ever diet to go on vacation in a month or 2 weeks. No. So I guess probably I've never crash dieted before, but I definitely have gone on a super strict lifestyle most of my life. I was actually thin most of my life. In the last 5 years, I've gained the most weight, but that was due to having autoimmune issues and having difficulty continuing my lifestyle. But now I'm getting back and I'm going to share my journey with you. I hope you guys come on board and share your journey with me. Let me know how you're doing. Are you doing alternate day fasting? Are you doing intermittent fasting? Carnivore diet? What are you doing? Share. I want to know. So what's actually happening behind the scenes of New York Fashion Week? First and foremost is hydration. Now, you'll see people with like me, like with our Stanleys or whatever other jug of choice you may want or have. You will always see whether it be plastic water bottles, glass water bottles, people hydration. This is what everybody knows. Anybody who's been watching this knows. I have struggled. Ooh, I have struggled with hydration. I hate water. I don't like it. So for me, staying hydrated was a super challenge. It was super challenging. Then I got my Stanley. I have a couple now, and I absolutely love them. This one I actually inherited from my friend Kathleen. So thank you. But you actually need to drink water and lots of it. And not just plain water. Adding electrolytes helps your body function properly. Now, electrolytes are something that I've gotten into more recently. Um, some people call it snake juice. Some people use element. Um, I've done both. I have like all the ingredients to make mine, but can I tell you, oh, it is harsh. It tastes rough. I think I'm going back to element, but I feel guilty because I bought all these ingredients and now I have them and I need to use them. But goodness gracious, if you have a way to make your electrolyte taste better, please hit me up in the comments. Let me know because I'm gagging. It's gross. What else? What else? What else? Cutting back on salt a day or two before the big event can make you feel lighter and less puffy. So if you cut back on salt like right before, I would say like eh, a day to 3 days before a big event that you have to like get into a nice gown or a dress or something, because salt makes you really like, you retain salt makes you retain water. So you don't want to really be, so I want to know how electrolytes work like a day or two before your event, because they tell you you need to have electrolytes to like be able to sustain a fast and to be able to for your body to perform properly. But if you stop doing the electrolytes because that's salt, what's going to happen? But notice I said cutting back, not eliminating. You don't need to starve yourself. It's about helping your body work the way it's supposed to. Like food is better. Let's be honest. Food is better when you don't make it sad or depressing. Am I right? Like salmon, avocado, berries, leafy greens if you're a keto, no greens if you're a carnivore, but taste incredible and calm your body down instead of stressing it out. They give you real energy, your skin looks better, and you feel lighter without feeling miserable. You don't have to eat the same boring salad every day. You really don't. And many of you know, like, I'm a huge fan of the carnivore diet, and the carnivore diet does not have salads, and then you're eating real food, butter, bacon, eggs, beef, any kind of meat. I mean, does that sound boring to you? Absolutely not. I'm gonna say this one more time. You can eat beef, bacon, eggs, butter, heavy cream, raw dairy, raw cheese. That is not a boring diet. Who doesn't want a diet that includes cheese? It's a matter of finding what works for you that will make you happy. What I love about like the carnivore diet becoming a bigger thing now is that before you thought the only way to get slim or lose weight or to get healthy was through like being a vegan or vegetarian. But I like that the carnivore diet is really becoming a thing because it gives people an option. If you want to be vegan and you want to be vegetarian, that's great. But this is other option if you want something a little bit more a richer diet, a heartier diet, and you still want to take care of yourself. I love that there are these two options, or at least two options. Looking good doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It just means moderation. Your gut health is more important than people realize. A happy digestive system keeps your body running smoothly and helps you feel strong and energized instead of sluggish and bloated. And that is true. I mean, have you ever had like fried foods or eaten too much and the next day your stomach is just like, I mean, I have felt this way many, many a time. And I have to tell you that it's not the best way to feel. So, yes, we want to eat the foods we like, but we also want to eat foods that really feed our gut. At New York Fashion Week for prep, some models work with digestive specialists, which I didn't even know that there was a thing called a digestive specialist. I mean, maybe I did. Maybe I just don't think they were like that wasn't their title. Before their shows to make sure their system is balanced. Experts recommend simple habits: drink enough water throughout the day, eat fiber rich foods like vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, include probiotics like yogurt and kombucha, and avoid very processed or heavy meals right before the big event. And whether you're walking the runway or you're just attending New York Fashion Week, these tips are not just for New York Fashion Week. This is for every day. This is for, you can take this for any big event you have coming up. The holiday season is almost here. So everybody's going to be going to parties, slipping into their little gowns, their little cute dresses, and they're going to be, so it's a good time for lots of fun, lots of food, but also lots of cute little get-ups. I'm going to the opening night party for New York Fashion Week, and that I'm going to get super cute. Now for the show, I'm just going to be like cute, but more cash, not overdoing it. But for the party, we're definitely going to do, I think it's like some kind of like Devil Wears Prada theme, so it should be pretty exciting. And everybody knows I love Devil Wears Prada. That Andy, Meryl Streep, oh, so good. Supporting your digestion consistently is key. It helps your body process nutrients better and keeps everything working efficiently so that you're not dealing with uncomfortable bloating at a time when you need to feel and look your best. You need calories. You need calories. You need calories. You need calories. I can't say any louder. You need calories. You need fuel, okay? Eating enough keeps you awake, confident, and basically slaying your day without feeling like a zombie. Eating enough gives you energy. Did you hear me? To get through those long, exhausting days that come with any big event or photo shoot. Now, even though I am a huge fan of intermittent fasting, I am a huge fan of fasting, and honestly, sometimes I feel better in my fasted state, but when I'm in my refeed window, when I'm in my feeding window, I make sure I eat enough calories to sustain me through that fasting time. I'm not just saying, yes, people fast, but they also take in enough calories to sustain themselves. Real prep isn't something you do frantically in a few days, which is kind of what I'm doing now. I don't know about the frantic part, but I am definitely putting extra time in right now at Pilates and fasting. So maybe a little bit. I'm not going to say frantically, but definitely a little bit. I already said this. Like Brooke Danner is an exception. I mean, if you saw, her sisters wanted to intervene because they felt like she was taking too many weight loss drugs. Now, all four of those girls look amazing, look incredible, but none of us know what the pressure is to be in that top 0.1%. So we're just going to eliminate that top 1.1% and talk about like the 99.9%, the rest of us. And I also hate when people crash before a vacation, crash diet before a vacation. That's so stupid. I could see if you say, and I don't even think a crash diet to me is like 3 months before a vacation. What in the world do you think you're going to accomplish a week before your vacation? Now, maybe if it's 5 pounds. Yeah. Okay. Even 10 pounds. Maybe. Yeah. But I'm talking about, it's girls like me, busty ass women talking about, oh, I'm going on vacation in a week. I got to lose 25 pounds. Girl, you're not. Just stop. You're not. And then, you know what's going to happen? They're going to go on vacation and eat everything in sight because it's a holiday and it's their time off and they could do whatever they want. And stuffing your face is considered fun on vacation. So it's like a cyclical thing. It's really months of consistent habits. Drinking enough water every day, eating nourishing foods that make you feel good, letting your digestion settle into a healthy rhythm, and getting proper rest. These things add up over time. And I don't know about you, but one of the things I need to work on is getting rest. Guys, I keep trying. But my husband loves to watch TV. I personally can't sleep I can't sleep well with the TV on. It has been a constant battle because you also want your partner to feel great when they going to bed, but he's also realizing that he needs more rest too. So I think we're getting closer to getting that TV off and me getting some real genuine rest. I didn't even have a TV in my room when I lived in my bedroom when I lived in LA. Guest room, yes. Living room, yes. Not in my bedroom. I did not have a television. And the thing is, you should be adding more good things to your routine than taking them away. Everyone knows when you take something away, all you want to do is you want to grab it. You just want it more. Focus on what makes your body feel amazing and energized. When you do that consistently, confidence comes naturally. You show up feeling like yourself, like the best version of yourself. Now, we all know New York fashion means what? That face. Beating that face. The ultimate skincare routine. What is more important than the canvas? Now, we're going to move into skincare because no, models definitely don't just roll out of bed with perfect glass skin. No, we didn't wake up like this. They didn't wake up like this. So I had it myself into that. Well, when it comes to the face part, yeah. Like I will say I take really good care of my skin and my face is my skin has just been glowing and really doing extraordinarily well. But I'm also incorporating these what some people deem as crazy practices, like dunking my face in ice water. I don't know if you can see me. I just put my face in ice water. That is something that I absolutely love. I started it by doing research and doing an episode on Models Diet Podcast. You should check it out, about face plunging. And let me tell you, face plunging is amazing. And that's something that I have incorporated into my daily routine. I also wear those little eye patchy thingies, and I do face rolling. And I will say I have seen a huge improvement in my skin. You'll never believe this face used to have tons of acne. That backstage glow you see, it's pure strategy, not luck. And I'm about to spill all the details about how it actually works. Some of the most, and I'll talk about some of my favorite facials. Celebrity makeup artist Charlotte Tilbury has said that the week before Fashion Week is like prepping for an athletic competition, but for your face. Not just for your body, but just for your face. And honestly, that analogy is absolutely perfect when you think about it. So I kind of created what I call the 7-day countdown strategy, and this is how it breaks down. 7 days out, we're doing the foundation reset. This is when professional models typically get what esthetician Georgia Louise calls a lymphatic drainage facial. But before you panic at home, don't worry about the price tag. Here's the accessible version you can do at home. And we've done this already. We've done an episode of this on Miles Diet Podcast. A facial massage with quality oil using gua sha or a roller. Honestly, you can even just use your hands, followed by a gentle enzyme mask. The whole goal is to boost circulation and to start that natural glow process from within. 5 days out, hydration becomes absolutely non-negotiable. You are clinging to whatever, however you take your water, your electrolytes, you are clinging to them. Celebrity facialist Shani Darden recommends what she calls moisture layering during this phase. Think hyaluronic acid serum on slightly damp skin, followed by a really nourishing moisturizer, topped with a few drops of your favorite oil or your favorite facial oil. It's basically like creating a moisture sandwich for your face. And yes, that's actually a technical term, and I love it. I'm here for it. So 3 days out is for strategic professional intervention. If your budget allows, this is when you book your glow facial. Now, anybody who's been following me on Instagram at Nina Daniels knows I have gone around the world for the best facial. My favorite esthetician and facial is by Glow by Tomoko. Glow right now, Tomoko-san. Glow by Tomoko just tells you what the end result is going to be. I love Tomoko-san's facials. They are amazing. She does what's called a glass facial, and she literally starts pouring that moisture on your face, and my skin felt like a baby's bum for days. I mean, I love her facials. She's in Tokyo, she's in Dubai, she comes to New York. So I will track her down and get a facial from her wherever she is. I'm there. It's one of my favorite facials I've ever had, and I love, love, love. When I was in Japan last summer, tracked her down in Ginza up I think a 3 or 4 flight walk up, and had the most amazing 12-step facial. You need to book something hydrating and circulation boosting, nothing aggressive or experimental. Do not try any new shit a couple of days before a big event, especially not New York Fashion Week, because you don't want to go there looking crazy or not go at all because you look crazy. A gentle exfoliation followed by your most trusting hydrating mask. And please note, the keyword is trusted. This is absolutely not the time for experiments or trying new products because you're curious and you just saw that some supermodel or Brooknader was doing it. Please don't do that. You don't want to F yourself up before the most important events or one of the most important events of your life, like your wedding day. You're a model in New York Fashion Week or you're attending New York Please don't do it. So 48 hours out, we follow the golden rule of minimal intervention. These 48 hours are all about maintaining what you built, not introducing anything new. Not introducing anything new. Not introducing anything. That's it. Okay. Gentle cleansing with products you know and love, and familiar products only. Things that you know and love and are familiar with. and absolutely no new active ingredients whatsoever. Please don't do that. No new active ingredients. Okay. Hair prep strategy. Oh, now, us sisters have different hair prep than, our other sisters of a lighter hue. So let's talk about hair prep that actually works. Celebrity stylist Jen Atkin, who works with everyone from the Kardashians to international runway models, has this amazing approach to Fashion Week hair prep. The goal from it is to create the healthiest possible foundation for whatever styling is going to happen. So we really want to make sure that the hair we're working with is in the best shape ever. It's cleansed, it's trimmed, it's strong, it's nourished. The week before protocol includes daily scalp massages with argan or jojoba oils. If you're Black and of a darker hue, we also love batana oil. That is so huge right now. Everybody's claiming that the hair growth and the health to your hair is amazing. So let me know if you've tried any of these oils. If you've tried batana, I want to know, did it work for you? It's so huge right now, which is great for circulation and honestly amazing for stress relief too. I mean, those oils are like amazing. Protein treatments every 3 to 4 days to strengthen hair that's about to endure some pretty intensive styling. Now, we do protein treatments, African-American women. We do it about, I would say, once a week when we wash our hair. But, if your hair is straighter, you might do it a little bit more often. Minimal heat styling becomes your new best friend. And that's why I do a lot of protective styling, because I'm letting my hair grow out, and the least I maneuver or manipulate it, the longer my hair will get and retain the fastest. Now, so your hair is always growing. It's like, how much can you retain? And the only difference between African-American hair and any other kind of hair is that sometimes like we have low porosity hair, some of us, and it just takes more moisture, oil, and less manipulation so that we can also have strong hair. And air drying is going to save your hair's life. Now, we don't do that much air drying per se, but I know what they mean. We definitely say the least amount of drying and manipulation you could possibly do. So let's be real. Most of people are going to be wearing wigs, quick weaves, and some tracks, but we want to make sure the foundation and what the stylists have to work with, that your hair is healthy, clean, and amazing. And here's a secret weapon. Now, Black chicks, we've known this forever. Silk everything. Silk pillowcases, silk scrunchies, and silk scarves for overnight protection. Now, I know you see sisters walking around in a scarf or in their bonnet. We make sure we keep that hair protected. And it seems like everybody should be wearing silk whatever, or at least having a silk pillowcase. Now, I don't always wear a bonnet. I don't really like it, but I do make sure that I have a silk pillowcase all the time. I always have that. It prevents hair breakage and keeps everything smooth and shiny without any effort from you. Melissa, I really wonder what you do with your hair, because Melissa has you guys can't see her, but her hair is thick, gorgeous, and amazing. It's probably her DNA. She probably doesn't even do much. Look, she's talking to me now. I want to see what she says. She says the same thing, air dry. Air drying must really be it. But I know Melissa also says air drying. I think the less you manipulate your hair, regardless of what race you are, what color you are, that seems to be like the key, and a kick-ass conditioner. So let me tell you about something that Dr. Barbara Sturm calls skin fitness. Oh my God. We may have to do a whole episode on this. She works with international models and talks about this idea that you can actually train your skin to perform at its peak, like the Olympics, like when you're training for, a track and field event. Just like athletes train their bodies for competition, you can do that with your skin too. Did you know that? Hit me up. Let me know what skin fitness actually looks like in practice. A consistent sleep schedule, and I mean 7 to 9 hours every day without fail. No negotiation with this one. Regular facial massage to improve lymphatic drainage and circulation. Strategic supplementation with things like collagen peptides, omega-3 fatty acids, and high-quality vitamin C. Environmental optimization. Investing in a quality air purifier. Changing your pillowcases every 2 to 3 days. And yes, actually investing in those silk accessories I mentioned. I'm curious, how many times do you guys change your pillowcases? How often do you do it? I'm really curious. So how to have flawless skin on a budget. You don't need a team of professionals to execute this. And actually, to maintain your skin and your body, you're going to have to learn how to do this on your own in between visiting the professionals anyway. So this applies to everyone. And you can find something within your budget. Here's how to make it on a real budget. Invest in one quality tool. A stainless steel gua sha, stone, or jade roller can work absolute wonders when you use them consistently. I have used a roller consistently and also the face plunging, and it's amazing. Create your own treatment calendar or have Chat GPT do it for you. You could just talk to them and tell them to create you one. Plan your prep week like you're booking actual appointments with yourself. Like, make it a priority. The 48-hour rule is sacred. Did you hear me? The 48-hour rule is sacred. No new products, treatments, or dramatic changes in that final stretch. And document your success. Take notes on what actually works so you can replicate the magic for the future. Here's a professional secret that nobody talks about. What separates the models who consistently look amazing from those who struggle is imperfection. And we're not just talking models, we're talking us too, the everyday person. They've learned that skincare isn't about achieving some impossible standard. It's about creating a healthy, glowing canvas to work with. It is consistency. The most photogenic skin isn't flawless. It's hydrated, well-rested, and radiating health from within. Models Diet content is all about not just looking good on the outside, but getting it from the inside out. Remember, the goal is not to achieve perfection, to show up with skin that looks like the absolute best version of your skin. Healthy, confident, glowing. Let's be real, effortless beauty is a complete myth. What you're seeing isn't effortless at all. It's just consistency. It's an effort, but it's an effort that you can actually live with long term. The models who really thrive have figured out something crucial. Self-care should enhance your life, not completely control it. They've created routines, consistency that support their goals without sacrificing their happiness or social life. And that's what we should all be aiming for. So here are 3 pillars of sustainable model prep. Pillar 1 is the 80-20 philosophy. I'm gonna leave you with this. Plan your maintenance. Schedule 1 day per week for meal prep, self-care, or whatever fills your cup. Track feelings, not just numbers. Pay attention to energy levels, mood, and overall well-being instead of just external metrics. And think in seasons, not days. Remember, the most beautiful transformations happen gradually, consistently over time. The real secret is sustainable beauty, and confidence comes from systems that support your life. It just comes from consistency. And that about wraps it up for us. Don't forget to follow me and check me out on @TheNinaDaniels. See me at New York Fashion Week and see how my New York Fashion Weekend goes. I hope to see you guys there. Let me know, hit me up. Or will you be at New York Fashion Week? If you are loving Models Diet, show us by subscribing, liking, and commenting, please. It really helps us grow the show. And if you're on Apple or Spotify, please go ahead and subscribe. It really makes a difference if you could take a minute to scroll down to the bottom and let us know what you think. We're worth, hopefully, 5 stars. 5 stars. And we would really appreciate it. No, all jokes aside. Stay tuned. See you next time. Cello, G-string unit. We out.